Welcome to Dad's Got Dementia Situation Saturday. Today is part one of caring for your loved one at home. So, if you're planning to keep your loved one at home, there are so many things that you need to consider and want to consider to make sure that you're providing a stable, safe environment for your loved ones. Now, I know that someone with dementia or Alzheimer's, they really thrive in their own environment. And so if you can keep them in a safe place in that environment, in their home or your home, that's probably one of the better ways to just keep them thriving. But I know that that's not always possible, whether it's a medical condition, physical, in addition to the dementia, or you just don't have the resources. So I totally get that. But if you are considering keeping your loved one at home, just think about these things. Can you provide a stable environment for them? Meaning that if you're going to keep them at home, there's no chance that you're going to be moving in 6 months or 12 months, or you won't have people in and out, transients in your house, relatives, I mean, not just, anybody. Because again, you just want to keep a stable environment for them. Are you able to care for them? Meaning that they may be functioning today, but they will need someone to be with them full time if you decide to keep them at home. You want to make sure that they're safe and they don't wander off or maybe turn the stove on or do those things that could be harmful. So you have to be in a position to have someone who can stay with them during the day as you work and maybe come home until you come home from work, and then through the night. So that's something to consider. And if you have a family, larger family, you can rotate folks in and out who will care for them during the day. But again, it's just something to think about. And then logistically, will your loved one have a space that they're calling their own bedroom? Do they have access to their own bathroom? Just making sure that you have adequate space to care for them, because it's almost like a baby. You know how a baby, all of their toys and their supplies and they just grow, and before you know it, they've grown out of their bedroom into the den or sitting room, they're into the kitchen, they're in every room of the house. Well, think about that, because that's really what happens. Their supplies multiply and they need different things and they'll begin to accumulate. So do you have adequate space, or do you need to prepare to make adequate space for your loved ones? Some of the things to think about as you care for your loved one, there are so many more things to consider, but I think just food, shelter, safety, those are some of the main concerns. Care, monitoring, those are some of the things that you should think about. And again, I always say just go back to those toddler days, whether you've watched someone care for a toddler or you've had one or two on your own. You know that you can't leave them alone. You have to provide their breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You have to make their bed, care for them physically. So those are the types of concerns that I, caution you to fully consider when you want to keep your loved one at home. Now, we keep Dad at home, and so I am a proponent of caring for your loved one in their own surroundings where they're accustomed to being, because again, they thrive in their own environment. Well, take a look with your family, talk it over with your family, and see if that's something that you can maybe accomplish for your loved one, especially if you're just starting on this journey. There's no need to put them in a home right away. Again, I know that there are circumstances that would say, yes, you would need to do that, but I'm just talking to the general population where you're just starting that journey, and your loved one is probably still functioning at a reasonable level. Cognition is at a reasonable level, and just start preparing now if you choose to keep your loved ones at home. So I'm hoping that you will as long as you can, and I'm hoping that you can get the support that you need from family and friends. All right, that's it for this week. We'll talk to you soon on Dad's Got Dementia Situation Saturday.